again, even in a difficult moment in the world, after pandemic, with all the issues in Russia and Ukraine. The point is that we are all here, all healthy, all safe, all doing our networking, seeing our old friends, talking about everything. So I just want to say thank you all for being here, and I'm extremely happy to have everybody in person. I see old friends, new friends. I see people that have been in the chamber for many, many years, supporting our chamber. So I really want to thank you all, each one of you, and remind you that we're going to have an exceptional Person of the Year award. We're going to have, as you all know, Luisa Trajano, and on the other side, on the US side, we have the Honoree Ginny Rometty, the former CEO of IBM. We're going to have the party at the gala at May 9th, and I count on each one of you to continue to be together in person without masks and in a very nice gala. So thank you. Today, I have the honor of present our special guest, who is an exceptional woman that I have the luck to meet here in New York. We are here together now, and you know, she's so open and so giving, and I'm talking as a person, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about her career, but I just wanna say that the first time I met Lele, she said, please call me Lele, and I said, how come I'm gonna call an ambassador Lele? And she's so open and so giving, so I'm so happy to have her with us. And Embaixadora Maria Nazareth Farani Azevêdo. She's a career diplomat with an extensive experience in promoting Brazil's interests before a number of international organizations. She has a wonderful career, and today she is the Consul General of Brazil in New York. During her career, she has held several important positions in Geneva, Montevideo, Washington, and Brazil, including permanent representative of Brazil to the United Nations and other international organizations in Geneva, Consul General of Brazil in Geneva, and Chief of Staff at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Brazil. So I want you all to welcome Maria Nazareth, Lele, Ambassador, please.
It's wonderful to be presented here, to be introduced by a woman. It's a pleasure. Now, first and foremost, let me thank all of you for this kind invitation for me to be here today among old friends and new friends. As Simone put it, it's very nice to be here in person, without mask and safe. So thank you very much for inviting me. I'm very, very happy. I see a friend, a new and old friend already, Rebecca. Thank you. So, Madam President of the Chamber, dear members and friends, it is an honor for me to participate for the first time in the annual membership luncheon of the Brazilian American Chamber of Commerce. Since my arrival in New York almost a year ago, I have benefited tremendously from the long-standing partnership between the Chamber and the Brazilian Consulate in New York. I am particularly grateful for the warm and generous welcome this Chamber has extended to me. A special word of thanks to Simone, José Roberto de Azevedo, Ricardo Lima, John Welsh, here you are, who have been my guardian angels and closest partners in the Chamber since my arrival. Thank you so very much. Despite all challenges and difficulties that the COVID-19 pandemic brought us, the Chamber has been a very close and consistent partner of the Consulate in New York. Through events, activities, and meetings, the Chamber and the Consulate have worked together to promote trade, investment, and tourism between Brazil and the US. We have also supported Brazilian artists and culture in the city. We have brought Brazilians and Americans together, even closer together. Dear members of the Chamber, this is the first time that a woman leads the Chamber in its history. Yes. Simone Morato has been an inspirational president, a tireless leader, whom I admire immensely. I would like to commend you, Simone, for your efforts to strengthen the philanthropic arm of this chamber, and also for bringing it closer to the large and hardworking immigrant Brazilian community in New York. This is very, very, very important. But let me add that this is not the first time a woman leads the Consul General in New York. However, this is the first time that the Chamber and the Consulate, respectively, at the same time, have women leading both institutions. We should celebrate this fact, and we are already. But Simone and I should and will leave our mark, so that while this might be the first time, this coincidence might be the first time, it certainly will not be the last time that two women lead these two organizations. That's my wish for the women, the International Women's Day of yesterday. So dear friends, the Brazilian Consulate in New York has long-term goals. We strive to provide excellent, friendly, and efficient consular services to the estimated 500,000 Brazilians living in the area of our jurisdiction, New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Oh, and the Bermudas. I must visit my community. And the nearly 1 million Brazilians, tourists that visit the city every year. Promoting trade, business, investments is very much part of what the consulate does on a daily basis. We provide technical support and business information to Brazilian exporters. We work in close partnership with Brazilian institutions and ministries in order to promote Brazilian goods and services. Throughout the year, we will organize and support the Brazilian participation in several trade shows, roundtables, one-on-one meetings related to furniture, design, fashion, coffee, cachaça, wine, chocolate, specialty foods, and many, many more things. The consulate also has short-term priorities, needs, and challenges that respond to different moments and changing circumstances. The COVID-19 pandemic, for example, broke community bonds. People became isolated in their own homes and away from family and friends. Mental health issues were and continue to be a serious problem. At the consulate, we felt the need to be more visible and present to the Brazilians, so that the Brazilians who live in New York could feel that they were not left behind. We launched a successful campaign and webinar called Don't Be Alone, the Consulate is with you, in our social media and in our YouTube channel. It was a great success. In the same vein, last November, we gathered for the first time 19 groups of networking. Some of you are here today. And we organized a meeting called Networking of the Networks. So in this meeting, these 19 Brazilian groups of people who work and study in different areas in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania exchanged ideas and discussed topics for cooperation among them. The atmosphere was very, very positive, and we plan to repeat the exercise. The consulate also hosted inspirational talks with successful Brazilian entrepreneurs whose experience and guidance inspired Brazilian community on how to open business in New York. And this is especially important for women because of the COVID-19. The cultural arena was not forgotten. We opened the doors of the consulate for Brazilian artists to display their paintings and works of art. The project Arte Brasileira no Consulado offers visibility to the work of Brazilian artists based in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania through the promotion of temporary exhibitions. The consulate serves as a bridge, or we strive to serve as a bridge between artists, local museums, and art galleries. The consulate, we have already hosted 4 exhibits since April 2021. And I would encourage you to come to the consulate and visit our present exhibition, Interconnected Forces, organized by curator Gisele Gueiros. Education is among our priorities. We focus on promoting Portuguese to young Brazilians in our community. During the pandemic, we held the very first Portuguese Olympics with the participation of Brazilian children from 8 to 15 years old. And we are preparing a second one for 2022. In partnership with the Legião de Boa Vontade, Legion of Goodwill, we are finalizing a series of 9 videos. We want to rebel with the Netflix. We are on our way to provide an additional tool to teach Portuguese at home. It will be a very accessible and user-friendly, and we believe that it will be an important platform for working parents to teach Portuguese at the comfort of their homes. All you want to need is a telephone or a computer. During these trying times, the increase of domestic violence in New York and all over the world called our attention. The consulate took many steps to help victims and survivors of domestic violence and gender-based violence. Among many initiatives, we created Linha Direta, a dedicated telephone hotline to assist victims. The consulate also supports and promotes the Sinal Vermelho campaign. This campaign has been very successful in Brazil and has already reached around 10 million people and helped women to report and denounce cases of domestic violence. Financial independence is an enabler for victims of domestic violence. We have used our social media and other platforms to promote videos, programs, courses to empower women. These videos and courses are produced by the Brazilian Ministry of Women, Family and Human Rights and by the City of New York. We want to empower women to carry on their own business. Woo. And I count on the chamber for that. And the president of the chamber.
And sponsors.
And sponsors, thank you. I got one already. Very successful lunch. In this regard, I would like to invite all of you, and this is a real invitation, for you to come to the consulate at 6 p.m. on March 17th for the inauguration of do Espaço da Mulher Brasileira em Nova York, the space of the Brazilian women in New York. This inauguration will count with the presence of high-level authorities from the executive, legislative, and judicial branches of Brazil. And this space was thought to be a one-stop shop for women who need help, either psychological counseling because of domestic violence or legal counseling because they want to open a business. They will also participate in events in the consular educational, cultural empowerment in business areas. So it will be a place for the women of the community to come. The consulate is also about inclusion. With a series of videos of our staff posted in our social media, we launched a campaign, the consulate is your home. We want the community to know and trust our staff. We want to convey the message that we are here to help in the best and most friendly way possible. And that every Brazilian, despite his or her migration status, is welcome at the consulate. So dear members of the Chamber, if 2021 was the year of efforts of the consulate to be more visible, more useful, and closer to the Brazilian community in the context of COVID-19, 2022 presents new challenges as well as great opportunities. 2022 marks the 200 years of our independence. We will sponsor and support several activities and cultural projects aimed at promoting a positive image of Brazil in New York. And I know I already count with the support of this chamber. 2022 will also be a year of presidential elections in Brazil. The consulate has already started preparations, and we are confident that the holding of the presidential elections in New York will be very successful. 2022 started with some turbulent events. Simone has referred to them, that are taking the lives of many, many people and have the potential of affecting the economy and the lives of many more million people elsewhere, including in Brazil and in the United States. Let us hope that peace is achieved in the shortest period of time. This is very important. Dear friends, the Consulate of Brazil is at your disposal, at the disposal of this chamber. Our doors are permanently open. We are ready to deepen and increase the partnership with the chamber in all areas, from culture, education, and philanthropy to trade, investment, and tourism, to the benefit of Brazil in general and the Brazilian community in particular. So I wish you an enjoyable annual membership luncheon and every success to the newly elected and re-elected members of the Brazilian Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so very much.
I told you that she's making a difference, right? So now you see how she raised the bar. And I think this is so exciting, and I'm very optimistic that despite of the challenges, I mean, we know how to deal with challenges. We have been through many crises together, many difficult times together, and I think to have such an ambassador in front of, the consulate here and bringing all these projects, it will benefit a lot the Brazilian community. And our goal is to work together to really straighten and strengthen the relationship between US and Brazil. So without further ado, I would like to thank you everybody for being here. And I would like to call Mr. Celso Barizon, dear friend, mentor, and also somebody that is in the chamber for many, many years, a director and the chair of the nominate committee. Celso.
Difficult task to follow after these two outstanding ladies. Anyway, good afternoon, officers, directors, members of the chamber, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Celso Barizon, and I serve as chairperson of the nominating committee of our chamber. Distinguished guests, kindly bear with us for a few minutes while we take care of some business. In accordance with the bylaws of our organization, every year we shall convene in New York City at the annual membership luncheon with the purposes of electing members of the board of directors. The board of directors is divided in 3 classes. Every year, the term office of one class expires, and we are to replace or re-elect them. Therefore, directors of the chamber shall be elected to and hold office for a term of up to 3 years or until their successors are elected and qualified. The vote of a majority of all members present at the meeting or voting by proxy is required for the election of a director. So on behalf of the nominating committee, I'd like to present to the membership the slate of new directors for election and directors for re-election. On the class of 2023, we have 1 vacant, and we are proposing Flávio Batel Pereira, also STIC advisors. Directors to serve for the class of 2024, also we have 1 vacant, and we propose Roberta Berliner, Chairman Sterling. Directors to serve on the class of 2025, we propose Wide Angles as Jonas Day, Arthur E. Burns, Deltec Asset Management, Carla Comarelli, Amazon, Jacqueline Conrado, United Airlines, Eduardo Cruz of Citigroup, Thomas DeCoon at Shelter Rock Capital, Bruno Drummond Advisors, Daniela Fonseca Pugina at Baker McKenzie, Mario Matsumoto Fuji, Banco do Brasil, Carlos Guimarães of Latin American Investment, Paula Kowarski, Cosan Limited, José Luiz Homem de Mello, Pinheiro Neto Advogados, Alexei Ramizov, HSBC Security, Sandy Salgado of Mitsubishi Financial Group, Renato Tischauer of Tremont Metals, and John Vetterli of White & Case. At this point, I would like to invite a motion to approve our proposal. Now, second? All in favor? Okay, the motion carries, and all elected directors take off as of today, joining the members of the board whose terms have not expired. We hereby welcome the new directors of the chamber, and together with the current directors, invite you at the conclusion of this luncheon to convene in the president's room for the first board meeting of the year and the official board photo. Thank you very much.
Ambassador, Simone, Celso, President Roberto, the rest of the directors, thank you for coming today. And also, we'll be closing the luncheon. And please stick around for a little while. Join us in the boardroom. Thank you very much.
Yeah.